He also passed away. He left me an inheritance worth over 30 billion, but it was from the underworld. The day he died was also the first time I was only 5 years old then. Dad cried for a long time, but at that time, I didn't feel sad at all. In fact, I felt happy, maybe because I saw lots of paper-made toys. Back then, I didn't know they were offerings for the dead. I heard the adults say Grandpa used to run a funeral goods shop. In that industry, they call it a shadow walker. That night, because I was being playful, I caused a huge disaster. I accidentally wandered into a room. On the table in front of me was a beautifully crafted jade seal. Curiosity got the best of me, and I ended up bumping into the candle stand. The toppled candle stand instantly set the whole shop on fire. Although I was rescued by the crowd later, Grandpa's funeral shop was completely destroyed. Dad didn't blame me. Later, our whole family moved to another city. Because my parents were busy with work, they had no time for me. I became a lonely child. In the blink of an eye, I reached the age to start primary school. That's when my nightmare began. My parents enrolled me in a boarding school. I went through 9 dull years of elementary school. I naively thought that once I entered middle school, I'd finally enjoy some happy times. However, the real nightmare was just beginning. On the day I went to register at my new school, halfway there, in the broad daylight with clear skies, everything suddenly went dark. I couldn't see my hand in front of me. I quickly turned on my flashlight and saw that all the stores along the street were closed. Not a single one was open. Was this a solar eclipse like in the books? Just then, from behind me, a voice suddenly asked, "May I ask, young master, are you a student headed to the capital?" I turned my head and saw a pale face looming before me. I freaked out. I blacked out instantly. I passed out on the spot. I don't know how long I was out, but when I slowly opened my eyes, there was another pale face in front of me. This one with horn-like tufts on the head. I freaked out again. What the heck is this thing? I immediately threw a punch at it. Still shaken, I turned to the side and freaked out yet again. Did I stumble into a nest of ghosts? All kinds of strange creatures were staring at me, like I was the monster. Their eyes locked on me, whispering among themselves. This kid must be a bad student. Don't play with him, guys. What the hell? It's not even Halloween yet. What kind of costume party is this? Just when I was totally confused, a chilling voice floated in. As a tall, thin figure, dressed in white linen stepped in. My homeroom teacher turned out to be White Wu-Chang. When I woke up, all my classmates had become all sorts of monsters. Even more incredibly, my homeroom teacher turned out to be White Wu-Chang. I blurted out without thinking, "Isn't that freaking White Wu-Chang?" White Wu-Chang glanced over with a cold eye, just knocked me flying out, then turned around and said to the students leisurely, "Those watching the video, leave a dog head in the comments. Otherwise, I'll climb through your window at night." At this, all the classmates obediently returned to their seats. Only I was still standing there in shock. Is this a school? Could it be a mental hospital? Looking at these students, each one was bizarre. It can't be an ordinary school. Could it be one of those mutant schools from movies? Then wouldn't I also be a mutant? Just as I was secretly pleased, a bald-eyed creature next to me shouted, "Why do I smell the scent of a living person?" "What do you mean by the scent of a living person?" Then he stretched his neck 3.14526 meters long and leaned toward me to bite and swallow me. The homeroom teacher, by Wu-Chang, timely intervened, saving my life. The scent of a living person refers to me, right? Could it be that I entered the underworld without dying? Damn, it'd be better to be dead, right? At this moment, the homeroom teacher spoke. "Even though we are in the low-level class C, I hope everyone will still work hard to cultivate. Strive to open your ghost veins as soon as possible." What are ghost veins? I'm not a ghost. What ghost veins could there be? It sounds so ridiculous. At this time, a little horned ghost began to explain to me. Ghost veins are essential for becoming a ghost officer. Ghost veins need to absorb a certain amount of energy to form. Only then can you successfully graduate from here. What kind of nonsense is this? I want to go home. I want my mom. At this moment, the bell rang for class to end. The homeroom teacher told the students to go get their uniforms, only leaving me behind. What's going on? Did he smell the scent of a living person on me too? Just as I was feeling uneasy, Bai Wu-Chang said, "Don't be nervous. I don't eat people." My goodness. That sounded scarier than eating me. Just as I was feeling anxious, this guy suddenly made a ghost face at me. Oh my gosh, that almost scared me to death. Then he smiled and said, "Haha, it's nothing. I just wanted to say, if you have any questions in the future, you can ask me. It's fine, you can go now." I scrambled and crawled away from there. Behind me, Bai Wu-Chang muttered to himself, "Interesting. He even knows about the black and white impermanence. This is my classmate. This is my homeroom teacher." I woke up and found myself in this school. The homeroom teacher kept me after class, revealing his true form and saying to me, "Those watching the video, leave a dog head in the comments. Otherwise, I'll appear under your bed at night." Helpless, I hid in the stairwell, feeling sad. I hadn't yet recovered from my fear when A gentle voice came from behind me. Excuse me, student. Oh my gosh, who is this again? There's not a normal person in this school. Suppressing my inner fear, I slowly... In front of me was a beautiful girl with a lovely face. So beautiful, I couldn't help but feel a bit moved. Stop it, she's a female ghost. What a sin. Why am I interested in a female ghost? Though unwilling in my heart, my body was honest. I couldn't help but strike up a conversation. Where are you going, beautiful? To get the uniform. Suddenly, I remembered I also needed to get a uniform. So I shamelessly said, I'm a new student who just registered. No, wait, I'm a new student who just died a few days ago. Can you take me with you to get it? The girl coldly refused. Can you come to school here right after dying? Ignorant. Don't bother me. Sticking to the principle of being thick-skinned for a piece of meat, I still happily followed her behind. Speaking of which, at that moment, two mysterious shadows flashed outside the school. I had just successfully received my uniform. Gotta say, wearing it makes me look like some shady cultist. Why does senior's uniform say exo armor, while mine says exo cake? Just as I was utterly baffled, a voice came from behind. Classmate, you're already at Ghost Pulse level 2? You don't even have a Ghost Pulse yet, loser, and you think you're comparable? Seeing their face, I was startled. What the heck? Are you a damn cross-dresser? When Luo Pepe heard that, her expression immediately darkened. Black energy surged from her. A wave of darkness erupted. She was about to attack. Fortunately, senior sister stopped her in time. Only then did I avoid disaster. Just then, a surge of powerful ghost pressure swept over. Senior sister cried out, not good. Everyone, activate your aura defense. At the same time, a loud rumble echoed through the air. The school instantly collapsed into a pile of ruins. Principal Huang and the black and white impermanents rushed onto the scene. Who dares to cause chaos here? Heh. Can't even recognize my voice? One of them had a blank face with 4 eyes. The other was giggling, face full of mischief. The principal looked stunned. Clearly, they'd once bathed in hot springs together. Fatty Huang, how'd you end up like this? A mighty jade palm master, reduced to a principal. Aren't you ashamed? Just then, 3 figures emerged from the rubble. It was me, senior sister, and that demon guy. Ghost energy was rising from my body. I gently pushed the door open. What I saw left me stunned. Right in front of me was a plump, luxurious coffin. Isn't that the coffin Grandpa used back then? It suddenly hit me. This is Grandpa's house. This is messed up. Nope. I'm leaving. I turned and ran out. In my panic, I ran into something. Looking up. What the hell? It's the finger puppet I played with at Grandpa's. Instinctively, I turned to run back. Then my foot caught on a rock, and I flew straight toward the coffin. Though it was shut tight, it creaked open on its own. I fell headfirst right into it. And sure enough, the lid shut tight on its own again. The next second, a pair of feet stepped into the room. It was my homeroom teacher, White Impermanence. I heard him mumbling. How did I end up with a kid like this? I'm just returning this to its rightful owner. Don't bring this up again. Then he floated out again. That seal was the one I used to play with at Grandpa's. That's when I suddenly woke up. The horned ghost kid was staring straight at me. What are you doing here? We got assigned to the same dorm. Of course I'm here. Dorm? What dorm? Did you lose your soul or your mind? Everyone lives in dorms at school. You mean dormitory, right? What's this about losing my soul? Yes, you really did. At least your soul is still intact. Others already lost theirs. So you really didn't know. The school was destroyed after you lost your soul? What do you mean the school was destroyed? 2 incredibly powerful ghosts showed up at school today. They casually leveled the entire campus. Thankfully, Principal Huang arrived just in time with Black and White Wuchang. They managed to drive them off. Hold up. That's way too much information. Let me process that. Just then, a figure appeared at the door. It was the senior girl. Hey, come outside with me. Finally, something worth being happy about. I cheerfully followed her out, thinking something good was going to happen. But just as we stepped outside, she suddenly activated her ghost vein, whoosh, and launched an attack at me. Luckily, I reacted quickly and dodged to the side. Senior, what's gotten into you? Drop the act. You're a spy from the 18 Ghost Caves. She might be a ghost, but she's really pretty. I always thought of her as my dream ghost girl, but she didn't appreciate it. She called me some damn spy from the Ghost Caves. And she said if you're watching the video, quick, drop a dog emoji in the comments to stay safe, or you'll end up like the protagonist. I said, don't worry, cuties. Me and the little ghost got you covered. Wait, what? Where did the little ghost go? You backstabber. So disloyal. I refused to work with a spy. Then the little ghost started explaining again. There are 2 types of people who can attend this school. 1, those who hold permanent residency in the ghost domain. 2, those with a recommendation letter from a ghost official or ghost artisan. How could you possibly get in just 2 days after dying? You're definitely a spy. Well, I actually got in through the second method. Hey. Say heh, one more time. I dare you. Then the senior said, save your energy. You can make excuses at the ghost court. With that, she raised her old smoking pipe and swung it at me. Here we go again, just as I was panicking. A ghostly hand gently caught the pipe. School rules clearly state, it is forbidden to use harmful soul energy on fellow students. Since this is your first offense, we'll let it slide. Do it again, and you'll be punished by school law. Huh. It's that idiot. Save my life again. Idiot. Don't stop me. He's a spy from the ghost caves. All right. I assure you, he's not a spy. If there's nothing else, go back. But the senior girl still looked furious. Don't think just... You can fool me too. I'll be watching you. With that, she turned and left. Still as stubborn as ever, that girl. All these years. And she still can't let it go? I asked idiot. Does she have a misunderstanding about me? Hey. Not really. She just carries a heavy burden from the past. All right then. Let me ask you. Why did you come to this school to study? Just then, the little ghost popped out again from who knows where. To study hard. And awaken my ghost vein as soon as possible. My goal is to become a qualified enforcer of the underworld. What the heck for? I was dragged here for no reason, okay? Who wants to study in a place like this? Alright, enough chit-chat. I just came to inform you. The new school has been destroyed. Report to the old campus on time tomorrow. Alright, one more thing. The principal asked me to give this to you. It's an inheritance your grandfather left you before his reincarnation. Use it sparingly. After saying that, idiot turned and left. What the heck is this? The horned little ghost popped up again to explain. That's a nameplate from Manhua Bank. We can go check the balance. So it's basically a bank card? But how much money is in it? A ghost messenger told me. My grandpa left me a fortune in the underworld. It's 30 billion. Just like that, I became financially free. Before leaving, the ghost said, anyone watching this video better drop a dog emoji in the comments. Or my buddy and I will come find you tonight. The little ghost took me to Manhua Bank to check the balance. Didn't expect the underworld bank to be so fancy. Welcome. Ah, 2 young masters from Manhua Academy. How may I help you? The bank clerk's appearance was indescribable. Hello, Grandpa. I'm your grandma. I just want to check my balance. Right this way, young master. Please take a look. This is the energy that shows your balance. Just insert your nameplate here, and you'll see the amount. Take your time. I'll leave you to it. I did as instructed and inserted the nameplate. After a clicking, the amount appeared on the screen. 37,875,004,020 yuan. The little ghost and I were completely stunned. We couldn't believe our eyes. Does this mean I'm a legendary overnight millionaire now? As I snapped back to my senses. Wait, what? Little ghost, what are you doing? Godfather, your son greets you. Actually, I'm your long-lost son. Can't believe your grandpa, my great-grandpa, left us this much money. Stop right there. You're a few hundred years old, older than my grandpa. All right, enough. Cut the crap. Let's get out of here. It's not safe carrying this much money around. Okay, Godfather. We ran to a corner, gasping for breath. The little ghost said it's safer back at school. Why didn't you say that earlier, genius? You're not planning to rob me, are you? No way. I'm too righteous for that. Yeah, right? Then why are you drooling? As we were talking, iron chains suddenly shot out from all directions. They instantly tied me up. What the hell? These are soul-binding chains, kid. If you don't want to suffer, come with us quietly. Next thing I knew, I woke up in the underworld, possessed by a vicious spirit. I lost control and killed 2 ghost guards. Not long ago, I was locked down with ghost chains. 2 ghost guards said, their ghost king wanted to see me. If I didn't want to suffer, I'd better behave and follow them. They even said viewers, who don't drop a dog emoji in the comments, will be taken along too. I was instantly furious. Isn't there any justice left? Before I could finish my sentence, one of the ghost guards swung his blade and cut the little ghost soul apart. Just like that, my deskmate died with regret. I was frozen in shock by the scene. Right then, a black mist rose and surrounded me. As I drifted into unconsciousness, I heard a voice inside my body. Wake up, quick, or I'll beat the crap out of you. Who are you? Where are you? I'm your guardian spirit. What the heck is a guardian spirit? Remember the time you burned down your grandpa's shop when you were 5? I've been sealed in that jade seal ever since. At the moment the seal fell, I merged into your body, so now you need to relax your body. Then we can achieve the fusion of ghost and body. What do you mean by fusion of ghost and body? Isn't that just possession? Speaking of which, the 2 ghost officers were still chatting casually. When they turned around, they noticed something was off with me. My whole body started shaking uncontrollably. The chains binding me clanked loudly. Then, with a loud bang, they all broke. The ghost officers were momentarily stunned. A strange, powerful ghostly aura instantly radiated from my body. This atmosphere of the underworld really makes me nostalgic. Long time no see. Seventh brother and 13th brother of the undead ghost step. Oh, wait a minute. Times have changed. You should now be called the ghostly moving hounds. The ghost officers looked astonished. You know us. Who exactly are you? After so many years, you still talk so much. Hurry up and roll away. Today, for the sake of our past friendship, I'll spare your lives. At this moment, Ghost Officer 13 charged forward with a sword. I turned around and punched, piercing through his body. Unappreciative fool. Hey, 7th brother, 13th has died. Are you going to follow him? I saw Ghost Officer 7 take out a celestial pill and swallow it. The broken mirror pill. Taking it can instantly boost one's combat power by a level. Old 7, you really are willing to spin big. Ghost Officer 7 shouted. Moving stealing ghost. Then, he drew out a blue longsword. He rushed in. The one controlling my body remained calm. Because this sword was forged by him, I calmly said to the blue longsword, go ahead and cut. As soon as the words fell, the blue longsword suddenly became uncontrollable and sliced Ghost Officer 7 in half. Speaking of which, at this time, in a ghost hall, a ghost officer rushed in hastily. This is bad. Lady servant, old 7 and 13th ghost just chattered suddenly. What did you say? In the eerie ghost hall, 3 ghost kings heard the report. The ghost officers sent out to do tasks were killed. They were instantly furious. The slightly larger one slowly said, we can't sit back and do nothing. We must go to the Yang realm. What do we go to the Yang realm for? To catch those who are making videos and not leaving dog heads in the comments. Bring them back to replenish our forces. Speaking of which, the spirit within me told me that to stand firm in the underworld, I must return to the Yang realm. Returning to the Yang realm, I have a hunch. Just as I was about to ask him to help me return, perhaps because I had just fought and exhausted my energy, I needed to sleep for a while. However, it also left me 2 things. One is the awakened ghost phase, and the other is the Yin energy. That is the blue sword. On the school side, the restless soul of the ghost was faintly visible within the artifact. Bai Wuchang remained expressionless. Watching all this unfold, a subordinate came to reporting to Master Bai. Shocking discovery. The ones who attacked and ambushed Xiaolu were members of the Ghost Cave 18. These rebels have been suppressed for 100 years. Seems they can't hold back anymore. Looks like we need to make our move too. Don't you agree? Black Wuchang. Meanwhile, I was trying to sneak back into school unnoticed, only to bump into Master Bai. He asked, pretending not to know. Aren't you supposed to be in class? What are you sneaking around here for? Actually, I got lost. Class is on the 2nd floor. If you keep dawdling it'll be over. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Goodbye, Master Bai. Once I walked away, his expression turned serious. He looked up and said to his man on the beam, Shadow Prison. Recall all night strays. No need to investigate that kid anymore. Then muttered to himself. Why does this kid give off a familiar vibe? Just how many secrets is he hiding? Meanwhile, in the classroom, a woman who looked like a needle stood at the podium. She was the homeroom teacher. I'm called Princess. Died in the mortal realm in 1995. From now on I'll be your homeroom teacher. You must all follow my rules. Break any of them, and you'll end up like this student, standing in the back. That's my homeroom teacher. I got punished in front of everyone for being late. She pointed at me and said to the class, if you're watching this video, either tag a bestie to take the hit, or comment with a dog emoji to survive. Otherwise tonight, I'll show up under your bed. Today we're learning about sheep shoulder. At this point, each student's desk had a sausage appear. The teacher conjured them. Turns out in the underworld, eating food from sheep shoulder directly is like taking poison. But for work, we often have to go on business trips to sheep shoulder, so we need to build resistance. Start small. Begin with this mini sausage. Which student wants to volunteer to try the poison first? These little ghosts were trembling at the sight of the sausage. No one expected the teacher to go this hard in the first class. Since I arrived in the underworld, I haven't eaten a single grain. Now I felt dizzy, but I'm human. Why would I fear sheep shoulder food? I raised my hand and shouted. Teacher, though I was punished for being late, I should stand with my classmates. I also request a serving. Make it a big one. The teacher sneered. Trying to make amends, huh? Alright, let's see how scary sheep shoulder food really is. With a bang, she conjured a giant sausage and mocked me. Don't push it if you can't handle it, you little runt. Trying to redeem yourself? Fine. I'll let you taste it. See just how terrifying sheep shoulder food is. With a bang, the teacher exclaimed, and conjured a giant sausage for me, mocking as she did. Don't force yourself if you can't handle it. The other students all started laughing at me. Look at that guy. He's trembling all over. But I picked up the ham and tears of joy streamed down my face. Teacher, I love you so much. Teacher, I love you. I love you. I love you. You're actually flirting with the teacher in public? Taste my unbeatable chain whip. Then someone weakly spoke up and said to the teacher, Teacher, I think he actually wanted to eat that ham. The teacher glared fiercely. Impossible. Even I can't swallow it that easily. And he did. Did you really eat it? Oh no. Student. The teacher was just joking. Go to the infirmary. Call a doctor. I've caused a disaster. Am I going to get fired by the principal? Teacher. I'm fine. Fine. My ass. That thing was huge. Even I couldn't handle it. How could you? An hour passed. Aside from the whip marks, everything else was normal. Mr. Yugue finally breathed a sigh of relief. All right. False alarm. Let's continue class. Next, let's take a look at Yang Jian's communication methods. He pulled out a BBG and began explaining seriously. This is Yang Jian's most advanced communication device. Teacher, that's outdated already. Nowadays, everyone in Yang Jian uses smartphones. Full touchscreen mode, instant messaging, 5G network. You can even use it for shopping. Just scan the QR code. Full touchscreen mode, instant messaging, full touchscreen mode. Scan the QR code. Just scan the QR code. Mr. Yugue looked totally dumbfounded. He mocked me and said, You've read too many sci-fi novels. Way too many. Seeing that he didn't believe me, I pulled out my phone to show him how it works. But he recited ancient maxims and confiscated my phone. A week later, White Wuchang announced that we would undergo an assessment, and the location would be Yangjian. That's my dream ghost girl. Though she's a ghost, she's really beautiful. The ghost school organized students to intern in Yangjian, and I was assigned to the same group as her. She glared at me and said coldly, To everyone watching this, tag your besties to take the hit for you, or drop a dog emoji in the comments to survive. Otherwise tonight, I'm crawling under your bed. The Yangjian assessment would last for a week. I was teamed up with her, and a guy in a bamboo hat. With White Wuchang's final words, Good luck to you all. We were teleported to Yangjian. Although I hadn't been gone from Yangjian long, coming back again felt strangely familiar and warm. No matter how well I say it, I won't go back to the underworld. At this moment, the senior asked the man with the hat, What should we do now? The man with the hat explained the task. He left without looking back. The hot-tempered senior. How can she endure this? She immediately started cursing. What an undisciplined and disorganized freak. After cursing, she called me, telling me to keep up with her. But when she turned around, she found I had also vanished. My dear Yangjian, my hometown. I couldn't help but feel a bit excited. Right. I need to call Dad quickly. As I reached for my phone, I remembered that the female ghost teacher had confiscated it. Why am I so unfortunate? However, even worse things awaited me. I only had $12 left. I felt a sense of darkness ahead. Suddenly, a sinister aura rose around me. Having returned from the underworld, I was naturally not afraid anymore. I used the newly learned technique to dispel evil. Quickly, I drove away the evil spirits. At that moment, footsteps sounded behind me. A person in Taoist robes approached me. If you don't want to suffer, just let me handle it. Trust me. It's better for everyone. I don't listen to you. Who are you? Why are you out scaring people at night? You're asking for it. You're refusing to accept kindness. Then this person made a hand sign. With one hand, he held incense, muttering something under his breath. Incense burns 5 black crows. All incense returns to the furnace. Wrinkle the blue point of incense. A little incense burns to worship the door sauce. 2 burns of incense. Drive away the evil. 3 feelings. Old gentleman borrow true fire. Otherwise, you can take your time transforming. I have something to do, so I'm leaving. Now you want to leave? It's too late. Then flames shot up to the sky. A yellow light flashed. It shot straight at my forehead, exorcising the evil spirits. Kiki. Now you can't move, right? Next, let you taste my To hell with your true fire. What a flashy thing. At this moment, I finally saw that this person was a girl. Impossible. How could the evil symbol not work on you? Sister, open your eyes and look carefully. I'm a living person, okay? Can't you tell the difference between a human and a ghost? What kind of Taoist are you? While speaking, the surrounding dark energy intensified. The dragon mist dispersed. An old one-eyed Taoist appeared before me. This one-eyed old Taoist was very domineering. Anyone entering his territory, including those watching the video, if they don't leave a comment, he'll come to your bed at night. I just returned from the underworld, and I ran into an old Taoist. He immediately demanded protection money. Give it. I took out the 1,000,000 silver coins I had just withdrawn from the underworld bank. The recently acquainted ghostly person, Xiaolu, quickly said, I'm not familiar with him. If you dare to trick me, then don't blame me for being rude. The yin-yang old Taoist shouted. Taste my soul-capturing gourd. I glanced at that gourd. Old man, do you think I'm blind? That's clearly a big jar. Do you think I'm blind? You dare to insult me? I'm not blind. I won't let you off today. With a wave of his fiery hand, the water jar made a loud thud. I was trapped inside it. Inside was another world altogether, an ethereal realm of chaos. Suddenly, a horde of ghostly figures appeared. They surrounded me completely. Just as they were about to engulf me, I summoned all my strength and let out a mighty roar. Countless vengeful spirits were absorbed into my body. I was stunned, only to realize my cultivation was rapidly increasing. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Senior Qingmian and the man in the bamboo hat arrived at the mission site. They had been butting heads since arriving in the mortal realm, bickering while checking each room. They suddenly discovered a pile of corpses. Upon inspection, they found the victims had died from brute force, so it had nothing to do with ghosts. You two are so ruthless. I, the Taoist, shall enact justice today. At that moment, the yin-yang priest and Xiaolu the soul guide appeared at the doorway, being falsely accused. Senior Qingmian was clearly displeased. Are you blind? They were killed by humans. Are you blind? We're spirit messengers. We're here on a mission. Old hag, you. All I see is you two at the crime scene. Did you just call me an old hag? You look like you've been dead for decades. What else would you be? You little brat. You looking for trouble? You dare insult me? I'll rip that mouth of yours apart. Incense curse. Activate. Smoke enveloped Senior Qingmian's hands instantly. Can't move, huh? Playing with smoke? I'm your damn ancestor. Eat this. Glaze stomp. Then, Senior Qingmian unleashed her giant pipe. She inhaled all the smoke. You dare suck in my smoke. You've got a death wish. The two women began a fierce brawl. Meanwhile, on the men's, their own fight was about to erupt. The energy between them shifted violently. Stillness and motion intertwined. Well, fight already. Never mind. We'll continue next episode. She's a descendant of one of the 3 soul-guiding clans, the Lu family. She's also a top student from the Underworld Ghost Academy. They share one thing in common now, a fiery temper. They said if you watch the video, either leave a dog emoji to ward off bad luck, or tag a good friend to take the hit for you. Otherwise, they'll crawl under your bed tonight. Qingmian and Xiaolu were in a fierce battle. The men on both sides were also getting ready to fight. The clash was imminent. The yin-yang priest made the first move. He swung his soul fan at the man in the bamboo hat. Without a word, the man blocked it with his arm, blow for blow. The priest was shocked. Impressive. You dare block my soul fan with a ghost body? So what? I doubt your cultivation can handle it. Before he could finish, he suddenly felt a chill down his spine. A ghostly head appeared behind him, its massive jaws wide open. It bit down on his shoulder. The priest panicked. He hurriedly forced the ghost head away. So you're a puppet master, huh? I underestimated you. You're no match for me. Give up. You haven't even unlocked all your ghost veins. How dare you boast so shamelessly? I'll seal you up. Let's see you control your puppets then. The old Taoist flung out the soul banner. It grew with the wind, wrapping around the man in the conical hat. The Taoist meant to trap him inside, severing his connection with the puppets. Without them, let's see how long you can last. Jing Gate, leave. Shang Gate, shake. Jing Gate, close. Xiao Gate, slant open. All directions converge. Annihilate him. As he finished the spell, white light flared within the banner, blasting toward the man in the conical hat. With a bang, the man was torn to shreds. The yin-yang Taoist also spent much of his energy. That guy really was a tough one. But if I had to use that technique, it means you're something. Meanwhile, 2 exhausted women fought and cursed. Little wench. Give up yet? Not giving in. I'll beat you until you do. Bring it on. I'm not scared of you. The Taoist glanced at the young man. Little ghost girl, you're the last one. Give me some benefits. I might consider staying out of it. The young man rolled his eyes. You should worry about yourself instead. What do you mean? Watch out, elder, on your body. The Taoist just realized he was covered in puppets. Then the man in the hat slowly emerged from the white mist. Impossible. My banner is made by pure yang silkworms. How can a mere ghost resist it? Depends on whether you sealed his true soul or not. True soul? Don't tell me he himself is a puppet. The man said. Now, talking is pointless. You're already bound by my puppets. You can't move. No need to keep fighting. Though yin and yang realms have been closed for years, you're yin walkers. We're yin messengers. Since ancient times, we've worked together. Then Xiaolu said. In all my life, I've never dealt with a ghost. Little wench. How old are you? When the realms closed, your mom wasn't even born. You old hag. Shut your mouth. Yin-yang Taoist. Since you're the elder, tell us what really happened. Well, actually, I'm only 18. You've got to be kidding me. Seriously. Just then, the man in the conical hat shouted, look out behind you. Her name is Ghost Lady. In life, she loved a man, but he never loved her back. So she became a vengeful ghost after death and searched for him. She says if you're watching this, either tag a bestie to be her servant consort or post a dog emoji to save your life, or else she'll come take you. That guy rolling his eyes is one of her consort servants. Even as a servant, she's at ghost killer level. To her, senior sister Qinglian and her group of 4 are nothing but trash. The man in the bamboo hat said, escaping from her is impossible now. Our only chance is to fight together. There might be a sliver of hope. So everyone unleashed their ultimate techniques. The evil ghost sneered coldly and conjured a Rasengan with one hand. With a loud bang, the group was blasted apart. Xiaolu and Qinglian collapsed. The man in the bamboo hat was shattered to pieces. Though not dead, he wouldn't recover anytime soon. Only the Yin-Yang priest slowly stood up. What the hell is that? You dare injure me? I'll deal with you today. He summoned his soul-harvesting gourd. Seal her in. You thought you could trap me? Keep dreaming. She slapped the gourd, shattering it to pieces. As the smoke cleared, I stood there holding a blue sword. Isn't this my house? Why is it such a mess? Did an earthquake happen? Fujio, run. It was Senior Qinglian's voice. Senior, what happened to you? What are you doing in my house? Hurry, run. Blackie is down. The man in the bamboo hat lost his whole body. This is a massacre. Who were you fighting? Are you blind? Look behind you. Hey, holy crap. Why is there a ghost in my house? Another one just popped out? Hope you last longer than the others. They were too weak. You mean that chatterbox did all this to you? If you've got guts, kill me then, you little punk. If you're tired of living, I'll send your soul into oblivion. As she said that, the vengeful spirit charged forward. Senior Qinglian knew just how dangerous this ghost was. She shouted in panic. Watch out. Dodge it. Moofing. Phase slash. With one swift strike, I sliced the ghost in half. Senior Qinglian and the Yin-Yang priest stood frozen in shock. Once Qinglian snapped out of it, she yelled at me. How the hell did you kill that ghost-slaying fiend? It's not something I can explain quickly. Right now I just want to know, why are there so many dead people in my house? No idea. It was already like this when we got here. That's it. Nothing good ever happens with you guys. I'm leaving. Take care of yourselves. The old priest carried Xiaolu and left. What about Ghost Queen? Is she done for? She's not that easy to destroy. Just as the words fell, a new body sprouted from within. The bamboo hat man's clothes. Sorry to worry you all. See? Her puppet arts are impressive. It's really hard to get rid of her. Oh really? Is it really that hard? It's really hard to make her disappear. Oh, really? Is it really that difficult? Then let me try. A ray of light shot forth, instantly piercing through the just restored ghost fiend. Despite not, senior sister remained as fierce as ever, shouting loudly, you already killed her. What more do you want? Only I get to bully her, got it? She gave me a glare, and I was blasted away. Senior sister yelled, you bitch. Only to get slapped away by Ghost Lady. Little ghost, I heard this is your home. Tell me, where are your parents? And I might spare your life. As she spoke, Ghost Lady activated her charm. Senior sister was immediately bound by a glowing ring. Stop. I don't even know where my parents are. Even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Your whole family is the same. I've been hiding in your home for years, all for the Yin-Yang seal. I finally drained the old man to death, but the seal vanished. I knew deep down, the old man meant my grandpa, and the seal was actually the guardian spirit inside me. If you kill us, you'll never get your hands on the seal. You brat, are you threatening me? As Ghost Lady raised her charm again, she fired a red beam, aimed straight at Qinglian. No, don't hurt my senior sister. I drew my blue sword instantly, and cut the red beam. Ghost Lady's eyes lit up. Such pure Yin energy. You brat, that Yin energy is mine now. Go to hell. Then, she shot ghost energy at me again. Above me. Heaven Splitter. A spell shield blocked the ghost energy from the ghost bureau above. Long time no see. Ghost Lady. The newcomer was one of the ghost school leaders. Master Lang. Master Lang said to me, take Qinglian. Take Ghosty's book chest with you. Leave this to me. Isn't that my beloved husband? Turns out that in life, the Ghost Lady loved Langshire. But Langshire loved another woman. So the Ghost Lady killed her. Langshire then took his own life to follow her in death. The devoted Ghost Lady committed suicide too. She even arranged a ghost marriage with Langshire. But as they talked, the two began to argue. Couples should talk things through. Fights at the head of the bed, peace at the foot. Do me a favor. Stop arguing. Why are you still here? You little brat. Who do you think you are? Forget it. Even a wise judge can't resolve family disputes. I'm out of here. Leaving now. Too late. Leave your Yin energy behind. The Ghost Lady lunged at me. Langshire appeared in a flash, blocking her path. For a little ghost boy, you're going to fight me? The enraged Ghost Lady fired a blue light at me. Langshire shouted, dodge. I raised the blue sword to my chest. but the blue light was too powerful. It still blasted me away. Suddenly behind me, a bagua ray appeared out of nowhere. A hand reached out and dragged me in. I was pulled into a mysterious bagua ray. When I woke up, I was at my grandpa's house. But grandpa's white stone shop burned down when I was 5. Could this be another dimension? Then I noticed the yin-yang seal on the altar had vanished. 2 boxes were left in its place. Could it be haunted again? A hat with the same design as white stones, but this one was black. His was white. Then it hit me. Those 2 boxes were the ones Baishur secretly left last time I came here. Since you guys watching this saw it, you better drop a dog head to ward off doom, or I'll crawl on. Could Baishur be related to my family? No wonder he looked after me so well. Turns out my guardian was white impermanence. Amazing, bro. What kind of surprise is in the other box? Just a ragged book. Baishur is such a cheapskate. No money, no gear. The moment I opened it, the characters in the book floated up like they were alive. I tapped one of them and felt like I was transported into the book's events. A voice spoke. The Fu family's secret manual, the White Paper Codex. Cultivation follows the heart. Humans have their path. Ghosts have theirs. The Yang Realm schools are Mao Mountain, Soul Puppet, Mystic Healers, and Spirit Mediums. Our Fu family follows the Soul Puppet School. It further branches into puppet arts, paper crafting, ghost summoning, and soul control. Our family practices paper crafting, which might bring great wealth after death, but it's basically useless. First stage in Yang cultivation, initiation, then spirit connection, next earth manifestation, 4th is heaven manifestation. Honestly, I don't know the rest either. You figure it out. Our Fu family is top among spirit guides, ranked number 1, passing our teachings from generation to generation. Don't let ghosts mess you up. Alright, that's all for now. I need to reincarnate. Wake up. Oh damn, was that guy doing stand-up comedy? A little brain dead. So now I've inherited a family technique, plus ghost veins. Does that mean I'm dual cultivated in yin and yang? Damn it. There won't be any side effects, right? Forget it. I'll head out first and deal with it later. Why am I back at Grandpa's doorstep again? Am I still in the chaos realm? Or in the real world? I'm so confused. Just then, a voice sounded behind me. Big brother, why is there a dick on your forehead? Screw off, or I'll chop off your little wiener. Dad, someone wants to cut off my wiener. What? Who's got the guts to end the Zhang family line? Before I knew it, I was back in the real world. So hungry. Let's go grab some buns. I wonder how senior sister is doing. Hey kid. You eating? Oh, yeah, eating. Wait, who are you? Hey, I'm your uncle. No, I'm your uncle. What's wrong? Where's your respect, kid? You're the one with the problem, not me, idiot. Sick people need treatment. Uncle's got some miracle medicine for you. 1 dose and you'll be cured. You're seriously drugging me in broad daylight? If I actually took it, that would mean I am sick. Come on now. Just take it. Suddenly, I felt dazed. Like everything that just happened was just an illusion. Huh, my bun. Oh, right, I just bought that. He had to pass through a mass grave. By custom. He had to pay some toll to the local ghosts. But luck wasn't on his side today. He got trapped in a ghost loop. He wandered in circles and couldn't get out. Left with no choice. Fu Riwo used his path clearing spell. While he was busy working it, a chilling voice rang from behind. Give it a rest. This little trick of yours is useless to me. He looked toward the voice. A ghost with red eyes, a long tongue, and a white hat was floating his way. The ghost floated closer. With a glance, he recognized Fu Riwo, a Blade escort. Fu Riwo showed his work badge to the old spirit. Turns out, he worked for the Underworld Bureau. He stopped Fu Riwo this time to ask for a favor, due to a small accident. The ghost was weak in spirit. He needed to rest at Fu's ancestral home. He even handed Fu a black hat to be worshipped with. I won't let you help for nothing. As thanks, I will serve as your household spirit guardian, to bring peace to the Fu family. I'll also give you a yin-yang seal. What? A yin-yang seal? Yes, the very same. That lets me print unlimited ghost money. Fu Riwo treasured it like gold, bowing repeatedly to the ghost. But don't get too happy. To keep you from falling into greed, I'll embed a warning within the seal. A constant reminder. May I ask your name, ghost brother? During my time among the living, thanks to my parents' grace, I was given the sword name, Xiabiya. And that is the origin of the Fu family's yin-yang seal. At this moment, the yin and yang energies in my body were merging. I nearly strayed into a demonic path. Luckily, that old man intervened and saved me from danger. He entrusted the unconscious me to my desk mate, Xiao Lu. Inside me, yin and yang were arguing fiercely. The yang energy wanted me to inherit the family's yang cultivation. After all, I was the Fu family's only heir. But the yin energy argued that its power was already within me, and I should become a spirit envoy in the underworld. The yang side said, a living person working as a spirit envoy. was an absolute joke, but it didn't know that when I was 5, a great fire had left me, half dead, half alive. Awakening, ghost veins that only the dead possess. They're arguing. Was making me furious. With a bang, I woke up. Huh. Isn't that Ghostbuster Xiaolu? Didn't you die? I've been dead for a while now. No, wait, I meant, weren't you dispersed by the spirit invoice? Turns out back then, Xiaolu was rescued by the school and placed in the ghost altar, barely surviving, but somehow, he turned into an evil spirit. In a daze, he killed the high-ranking official guarding the altar, and somehow was teleported to the mortal realm. I urged Xiaolu to return to the school and turn himself in. At worst, he'd get disciplined. Xiaolu said he didn't dare go back, and told me to return to the underworld school myself. No way. I'd never abandon a friend like that. That would be totally irresponsible and unethical. Xiaolu blankly replied. You can't go back either, can you? You caught me. My underworld student ID is broken now. Whatever. Neither of us can go back. Let's just enjoy the moonlight in the mortal realm. Wait. What's that in the sky? Someone just attacked us with a blast of energy. I quickly dragged Xiaolu aside. As the smoke cleared, 2 figures appeared. From their conversation, we learned they belonged to a Yang-world soul-guiding sect. They were hunting spirit envoys from the underworld. They thought Xiaolu and I were already dead. They smugly praised each other. But just then, 2 more shadows appeared in the distance. The ghost gate opened tonight. Ghosts wandered the streets in droves. They were all looking for someone who was half dead, half alive. So for you watching this video, lock your doors and windows. Don't go out. And don't forget to leave a dog emoji in the comments to keep bad luck away. That half dead, half alive person is me. It all started with a school-organized trial. That trial caused the disappearance of White Master, Black Master, and Longwan. Many students were seriously injured. The school did receive a signal from my ID badge, but they didn't dare contact me because I was with someone like Xiaolu, a dangerous individual who had attacked the school's leadership. And yet, here I was, watching an epic duel unfold in the mortal world. On their side are 18 ghosts from the underworld, 9 combined 10. On the other side are the shadow walkers from the living world, the inner door of the home, the 6 little managers, the living dead of Taiha. Both sides are existences at the mid-level of their respective domains. Jiutai provocatively said, in the living world, we shadow walkers are the sky. Oh really? Then I'll pierce your sky. The living dead and the ghost guards clash together. Let's not be idle. Let's fight, as you wish. Ghost Guard 9 flashed behind Jiutai. Jiutai quickly countered. Little 6 watched the fight with heart-pounding fear. This level of battle is genuinely terrifying. Fujio, luckily, with your protection here, otherwise we'd be done for. Oh my. Fujio, you actually fell asleep. Is it mealtime? All you think about is food. Don't you see the situation we're in? Oh, right. There are people fighting up ahead. I feel so insecure with you around. Don't worry. My protection is very powerful. Even if it can't block attacks, it can conceal our presence just fine. They won't sense our presence. At this moment, the shadow walkers and ghost guards stopped fighting. Chi-Chi's delusion. Me and Little 6 here. If nothing unexpected happens, I think we've been spotted. Bro, your shield. What about my shield? It's gone. Crap. I'm out of mana. What do we do now? What else? Run. For strong men. We're chasing. Suddenly, a ghostly hand moved from the shadows, and a beam of white light exploded behind Xiaolu and me. The 4 men were blasted to bits. What just happened? Did heaven smite them? Xiaolu asked me. Did you train some OP technique? Like an automatic white light blast passive. I said. Would you believe me if I said I'm the king of hell's grandson? Xiaolu replied, sure. I believe you. Otherwise, how would you have 30 billion? What the heck? You're still thinking about my 30 billion? In a corner not far away, a ghost with 4 eyes muttered to himself, my little junior brother, I can't wait to see you recover. Xiaolu and I wandered around for an hour and still hadn't left the forest. Eventually, we arrived at the gate of a large mansion. Xiaolu didn't dare approach. He said it looked like a haunted house. I said, haunted houses are for ghosts, right? We're all ghosts. What's there to fear? Hey, anyone dead in there? Did you really just yell that out loud? Surprisingly, the door wasn't locked. We stepped inside and saw the house. Looked a bit like my grandpa's place. Even though Xiaolu had a diaper stuck to his face, he still beat me to the note left on the offering table. I got closer, took a look, and gasped. Look closely at this red ghost. He tracked us here from the underworld, but only found a pile of ashes. He said if you don't comment with a dog emoji, he'll stuff those ashes under your blanket. This red ghost is 3rd master from Ghost School. sent to investigate the whereabouts of me and Xiaolu. As a reconnaissance ghost, he's sharp as ever. Judging from the traces at the scene, a battle had taken place here, between soul guides and the ghost gates 18. But what's puzzling is, why did they all vanish at the same time? To eliminate several mid-7th mirror-level beings, could it be that Yang Realm Tianshi mirror-level cultivators joined in? Meanwhile, in a nearby house, Xiaolu and I were arguing over a slip of paper. This note was meant for you. And you're saying this isn't your house? The note read, if you've entered this place without a certain level, don't expect to leave. Train well. Fu Qiong. My first reaction was, of course, to test whether I could leave or not. I went to the door and gave it a push, but sure enough, it wouldn't budge. No worries. I've got another idea, I said, then lifted Xiaolu. He asked, what does lifting me have to do with your idea? Then I hurled him at. Xiaolu flew into the air. As expected, there was a barrier. Looks like we really have to train in peace. Thankfully, the house is full of yin energy. Back inside, I noticed there were 2 memorial tablets, one for Grandpa Fu Taoyang, and one with my name Fujiu. It couldn't have been my dad who placed it. Since I'm still alive, he wouldn't do something like this. Could it have been someone else? It feels like an invisible hand is pulling the strings, but I'm not that easy to control. Right now, the only option is to grow stronger, so I can control my own fate. Strength isn't just combat power. It includes influence in both the yin and yang realms. I looked at Xiaolu beside me. It all starts with you. Xiaolu, let's work hard together and become great enforcers of the underworld. But Xiaolu didn't share my enthusiasm. He said he was just a broken soul, unable to awaken ghost veins or cultivate, let alone become an envoy. I was stunned. Wait a minute. Then why did the school enroll in ghost school? Xiaolu was evasive, dodging the question entirely. Forget it. I won't press anymore. The most important thing now is training. My yin cultivation is fully awakened, and my yang cultivation is at peak entry. So here's the question. Which one do I focus on first? Given the heavy yin energy in this place, training yin should be much more efficient. But my main goal is to break the barrier around this house. So which energy breaks barriers? Yin or yang? A white-haired, white-clad ghost was shackled with chains covered in talismans. The chains were pierced deep into his back, sealing off his powers. That was none other than the famous underworld enforcer, White Impermanence. White Impermanence said to you viewers, leave a dog emoji in the comments to support my case. To imprison White Impermanence, you'd have to be no ordinary man. It was a young world soul guide, an intersect manager. Jubi sneered and said, so, my dear enforcer, ready to talk yet? White Impermanence sneered back. You'd bet erase my soul completely, or I'll never let you go later. Jubi laughed heartily. Look at you. Still mouthing off in this state. The reason Jubi captured the enforcer was to harness his yin energy, to raise his family ghosts. An underworld enforcer like White Impermanence is top-tier material. How could Jubi bear to destroy him? But one enforcer alone was far from enough to satisfy him. Jubi interrogated White Impermanence. If you want less pain, I suggest you tell me where Black Impermanence is. White Impermanence just laughed. Even if I told you, you'd be going to your death. Though he said that aloud, in his heart, he was hoping that Lao He would never come find him. What Jubi didn't know was that the 2 people he sent after Black Impermanence had already been killed by a mysterious force in a small forest. Jubi naively questioned his subordinates. How could 2 Fourth Realm guys just disappear without a trace? What were you even doing? His subordinates felt wronged. They tracked the last known location and found nothing. Of course not. They'd been blown to ashes. What would there be to find? Meanwhile, in the Fu family's ancestral home, I'd already been training for half a month. Thanks to the heavy yin energy here, my yin cultivation had risen to Ghost Evil Realm, Qi Emission, and to my surprise, my yang cultivation, trained on the side, had broken through 2 sub-realms, reaching Middle Qi of Spirit Linking Realm. Though I'm still a rookie, I understood one thing. This jump was huge, even abnormal. So I came to one conclusion. I must be a genius. With my ego swelling, my sights turned to the barrier around the house. Xiaolu, today I'll show you just how terrifying my self-made ultimate technique at the Ghost Killer realm is. Moving Super Ultra Dynamic Light Beam Ultraman Asterisk boom asterisk. A flock of nightbirds scattered, not far away. An old man grilling meat looked over toward the house. My dear nephew is already trying it out? Too bad. He still lacks force. Keep working on it. As expected, the barrier didn't crack a bit. My face hurts. I can't let this go. It's humiliating. Today, I must break this barrier. Tuck the fabric. Charge up. Restore energy. Recharge. An hour later, The barrier was still there, strong as ever. I was still the same guy getting slapped in the face. I wasn't having it. But I couldn't use my yang skills without revealing my secret. Otherwise I could easily shatter this barrier. Then it hit me. Even if I can't use yang skills, I can transfer yang energy to my yin skill. Wouldn't that boost my attack power massively? A whole roast pig had already been devoured by the old man as he picked his teeth. He complimented the meat's flavor, but suddenly he sensed something. This energy. My name is Fujiang, and I'm very much alive. Yet here I am cultivating yin arts, mastering ghost vein combat techniques. Just now, I fused a yang technique into my ghost veins, and with one punch, destroyed my own ancestral home. But since I couldn't fully control the dual cultivation of yin and yang, that punch drained all the energy in my body. One moment I was chatting with Xiao Lu. The next, I was sound asleep. Someone watched from afar, seeing it all unfold. It was third grandpa from the underworld, who came looking for me, and Xiao Lu, seeing my power increase greatly. He was shocked. Just as he was about to approach, a figure suddenly flashed behind him. It was none other than third granduncle, who had been guiding my cultivation. Granduncle mistook Ghost third grandpa as someone trying to harm me and Xiao Lu. Meanwhile, Ghost third grandpa mistook granduncle for a yin walker rebelling from the living world. They couldn't get along and started fighting. Ghost third grandpa struck first, throwing out a soul-binding chain, but with a loud bang, granduncle turned into a puppet. Ghost officer, he smirked. Don't underestimate me. Don't use tricks meant for weak ghosts on me. As he spoke, the paper puppet in his hand, with a loud bang, turned into 5 evil spirits. With one command, the 5 spirits charged at Ghost third grandpa. Humph. So you sealed yourself in paper and bound ghosts to it? At the end of the day, they're just wandering souls and wild ghosts. I'll show you how I deal with them. Then Ghost third grandpa threw his soul-binding chain at them again. With a loud blast, a ghostly flame burst from his arm. He could actually control ghost fire. Are you a man or a ghost? Granduncle sneered. Take a guess. Meanwhile, as I slept, I suddenly heard someone call my name. Opening my eyes, I found myself back in the underworld, just as I was at a loss. A voice rang behind me. Isn't that Bai Shi? Why are you wearing the same uniform as me? Bai Shi, are you cosplaying? At your age? Who were you trying? Clearly Bai Shi had no idea what I was talking about. He just muttered about how they'd send a rookie from Class C to escort a prisoner. While Bai Shi was still puzzled, he suddenly got a message. Change of plans. Class C, abort the mission immediately. Class B will take over. What was going on with Bai Shi? What mission was he on? I thought the school only had Class A and Class C. Where did this Class B come from? While I and Bai Shi were still confused, a figure scaring me half to death. It was Bai Wuchang. The ghost sealed inside my body. Xie. Bai. Ya. Arc. There's an evil spirit living in my body, one that occasionally replaces my soul and takes control of my body. He claims to be my family's guardian spirit, Bai Wuchang said. He said he was the guardian spirit of my family. Bai Wuchang said, watching the video, anyone want me as your household guardian spirit? As long as you don't send dog emojis, I'll come find you. When I woke up, I found myself in the underworld, hundreds of years ago, just in time for the Ghost Realm War. Shocked out of my mind, I got dragged into the team without a word. Bro, what's going on? I'll tell you quietly, but you've got to keep it secret. I heard a shopkeeper rebelled. They're attacking us right now. A war. Isn't that super dangerous? Haha, I've got experience. Follow me. I'll take you to the rear lines. We're in charge of evacuating the confused spirits. Actually, I thought this was just a trial. Didn't think much of it. Bro, I'm swamped over here. Come help keep order. Why take a trial this seriously? Evacuating. Hurry up and go. If you don't move, you'll miss your chance. Can't you have a bit of ambition? As Class C, we're already looked down upon. If you want to stand out, you have to work hard. Then why are you hiding here? Not going to the front to help? I'm afraid of dying, okay? Taking a break to enjoy the scenery isn't bad either. Changing the topic that abruptly, huh? A few figures flashed by. They're in ghost guards. But now they betrayed us. They've become ghost cave guards. I saw Ghost 7 and Ghost 13. Shocked. Weren't you two dispersed by the yin spirit in my body? Hearing this, they were also surprised. We just betrayed recently. How does this kid know? Saying that, they moved to kill me to silence me. Just then, a loud boom rang out. 2 figures jumped down, standing in front of me. They were in ghost guards. Ghost 3 and Ghost 5. Ghost 3 turned and said, Kid, you're not needed here. Leave quickly and report this to the higher-ups. Then both summoned their yin energy. Moving Soul Cloak. Moving Soul Piercer. They say the 7th Master gave the Ghost Division, from 1st to 5th, each a crafted yin weapon, so the rumors were true. Huh. These are from the same series as my Muffin Ghost Slicer. The guy inside me said he made the Ghost Slicer, so the 7th master is him. Realizing my Ghost Slicer isn't unique makes me a bit unhappy. Ghost 7 said, 3, 5, we're from the same sect. No need to kill each other. Why not join us and serve under Lady Red? Ghost 3 gave a cold smile. You're talking about betrayal like it's no big deal? Hot-tempered Ghost 5 shouted loudly. Enough talk with them. Then he leapt into the air. Vanish. Traitors. Vertical blade ice spikes. He launched them at Ghost 7 and the others. Moofing. Ghost execution. At that moment, another blast of ghostly energy flew out, blocking Ghost 5's soul piercer. Ghost 7 and the other. Fourth sis. He's called Ghost 4. He's a Buddha Bowl from the Underworld Police Bureau. Carries a giant blue saw. Specialized in sawing off dog heads. Dog heads. You know what that means. Ghost 4 blocked Ghost 5's soul stabs using her song name. My silly little brother. Listen to your sister. Like hell I will. Dream on. Move phone. Soul stab. Ghost 5 unleashed multiple soul stabs at once. Ghost 4 defended with her song name, retreating step by step. Clearly, she was luring the enemy in. But reckless, Ghost 5 wouldn't have realized that. He kept pressing forward. Silly brother, you can't escape now. Just as she finished speaking, chains flew out from the trees, binding Ghost 5 tightly. Ghost 9, Ghost 10, and Ghost 14 all revealed themselves. Ghost 4 said, silly brother, choose, fade away, or remain defiant. Ghost 5 replied, you still carry the song name that 7th Lord made for you. Can you really face him? 7th Lord. Seeing Ghost 4 hesitate, Ghost 9 quickly interrupted. Sis, he's stalling. Cut the crap. And kicked Ghost 5. From afar, Ghost 3 shouted, Ghost 9, touch Ghost 5, and I'll make you pay. Ghost 9 wasn't mad. He laughed instead. No rush, 3rd bro. You're next. Just then, Ghost 5 burst into wild laughter. Everyone was stunned by the sudden outburst. After laughing, Ghost 5 looked at Ghost 3 and said, 3rd bro, take care of little bud at number 36 Ghost Town for me. Hearing that, Ghost 3 realized Ghost 5 was about to do something drastic. Ghost 5, what are you doing? Calm down, Ghost 5 said calmly. Ghosts have 9 spiritual nodes, each linked to a path. If I block the other 8, leaving only one open now, then all the Een energy will surge into it. Ghost 4 suddenly realized, 9 nodes as one. He's going to self-destruct. Fall back, but it was too late. A thunderous explosion erupted. As the smoke cleared, Ghost 4 struggled to stand. Stubborn fool. Chose to blow himself up rather than return. Now only you remain. Ghost 3. Where is he? He ran off. Ghost 3 had put me down now. Told me to head to Twilight Cliff. Said it was safe there, then flew off without looking back. Since returning to the underworld, everyone I meet is weirder than the last. I need to sort this out now. Bashir is now a student. I don't know any of Bingen's classmates. People who were gone have returned. Too many oddities. Using my genius brain to deduce it, I've come to a conclusion. I've transmigrated. I'm the main character in a transmigration novel. That means I'm invincible. While I was basking in my glorious delusion, a terrifying ghostly energy hit me from behind. I turned and saw 4 people clashing midair. One of them, dressed like Bai Wuchang, glanced my way. But I'm the transmigrated protagonist. I'm the main guy here. With that thought, I stared back at him calmly, like a boss. Just an ant. And yet you got distracted? Yin Yuanzi, you're just a washed-up official. You're no match for us brothers. At that moment, a ghost with countless eyes said, traitor, you know how the underworld is now. Only a king can change it. You're full of crap. There's still shower. Your cloak's full of chicken blood, and you really think you're some kind of god? The Night Wanderer grew enraged. Fan Wujio. I'm gonna shut your mouth for good. Yin Yuanzi sneered. Arguing with a brute like you. You think being a civil officer means I'm weak? I bet you can't even beat me. As they spoke, Yin Yuanzi vanished and reappeared silently behind Fan Wujio. This is the Night Wanderer. His cloak originally housed 16 souls. Now one was missing. The kind of people who don't leave comments should go kiss a tree, he muttered. Yin Yuanzi struck, sending Fan Wujio flying. Xia Baiyan drew his sword, summoning the formation spirit. Today, I'll claim your soul. Suddenly, the Night Wanderer appeared behind Xia Baiyan. Don't forget about me. Back off. You pesky ghost. Furious, Xia Baiyan swung his sword. The Night Wanderer dodged quickly. Just as he was about to taunt him, Fan Wujio came flying in from a distance and smashed him to the ground with a punch. Trash. Knowing Fan Wujio's temper, Yin Yuanzi deliberately provoked him. Sure enough, Fan Wujio fell for it and charged in, only to walk right into a trap that Yin Yuanzi had laid. Xiaobayan immediately summoned his formation spirit again, sending countless spirits to strike the array, trying to shatter the deadly trap. Xiaobayan, don't waste your strength. This array is built with Xianin jade and gold. The moment your Yin energy touches it, it becomes useless. At the base of the mountain, I trembled in fear. Is this even the underworld I know? These ghosts are absurdly strong. Even a spark from their clash could ignite me. Maybe I should just run. So I turned and bolted. Hey kid, don't go yet. There's more fire coming. That familiar voice again. It rang out. My family guardian spirit. I thought you were asleep? Didn't you say it'd be a long nap? The ghost replied. I didn't expect you to encounter all this so soon. So I woke up early. So now, can I see you? Let me take a look. The ghost said. You've already seen me. You'll know who I am in time. So cryptic. Then let me ask one more thing. Ask away. Did I transmigrate? You idiot. Been reading too many novels? Fried your brain? Then why does everything here feel so familiar? If you really want to know, just keep watching. When this scene ends, you'll understand. Up on the mountain, Xiaobayan looked at the trapped fan and shouted in fury. Yin Yuanzi, I suggest you release him while you still can. Though you're now at the late stage of Ghost Demon, you're still far from being able to fight me. You're nowhere near my level. In Moon Adam laughed heartily. Xiaobayan, do you really think? It's just me and Night Wandering God, here to deal with you too? Come out, everyone. As soon as the words fell, several figures emerged from the shadows. Brother Black Impermanence was locked in a formation and tortured. White Impermanence is furious. The consequences will be severe. To the brothers watching this video, drop a doge emoji in the comments to support me. Xiaobayan summons the Yin Energy Soul Staff, ready to unleash a massacre. In Moon Adam, knowing they're outmatched, immediately calls for backup, summoning Lu Pan from the Underworld's 18 cities, Ghost Yiksha, and Dark Mountain God, along with the earlier Night Wandering God. They prepare for a 5-on-1 fight. It looks like today they're determined to take the lives of Black and White Impermanence. White Impermanence sneers, "You're king, to deal with us brothers." Not only used a sealing formation, but also sent the 4 major ghost cities, and a great Yin craftsman. Should I feel honored? Dark Mountain God says, Xiaobayan, the underworld now only has the 10 kings in name. Doesn't there need to be a leader? Back during the 5 Emperors' War, 10 kings went out, but only 3 returned, all gravely injured and crippled. They've been in seclusion ever since. Is the underworld still the underworld? So much talk. Are you fighting or not? In Moon Adam, getting annoyed, says, enough chatter, you 3. Let's get to business. Then glances at Night Wandering God lying on the ground. Had enough lying around. Night Wandering God, who was planning to slack off, waves a hand. You guys can't handle him without me? Do I have to step in? Saying that, he leaps up, soaring into the air. With the other 4, they surround Xiaobayan completely. At this moment, from within the formation, Fan Wujia weakly says, Old Xia, don't worry about me. Get out of here. No way. Save your strength. Once I deal with them, we'll leave together. Xiaobayan, are you dreaming? With that, the 5 each unleash their signature moves, charging at Xiaobayan. Damn, they're really hyping me up. A massive explosion. White Impermanence is blasted into a mosaic. Seeing the scene clear, I, full of righteous fury, curse loudly. You old ghost bastards. Ganging up on one guy? Have you no shame? Saying that, I charge forward to teach them a lesson. Next second. Wait a minute. Am I being a bit too impulsive? I can't beat any of them. But seeing they didn't react at all. Turns out they didn't hear me. They can't hear me? Haha. Then I won't hold back. Let the cursing begin. I'm exhausted. Cursing is hard work too. But it feels like one word. Awesome. What? Tired of cursing? The guardian spirit in my body suddenly speaks up. Damn. Can you not just talk out of nowhere? You scared the hell out of me. Scared to death? Huh? You were cursing those ghosts with such gusto. That was just for show, okay? They couldn't hear me anyway. Oh, how about I take you right in front of them to curse? Stop messing around. Cursing in their faces? I wouldn't last 10 seconds. With that courage? You're scared already? How are you gonna face me? You're showing yourself? Since you're so eager to see me, I'll let you take a look. Turn around and see. I turn my head and spit out a mouthful of blood. Aren't you the guy who got ganged up on earlier? At that moment, the surroundings suddenly turn into a chaotic space. Kid, this is the time memory axis. It recreates real memories from the past. Now, did you memorize the faces of those who attacked me? Of course I did. Their faces are burned into my brain. Good that you remember. You need to keep in mind, one day, the ghost slicer in your hand will point at them. You want me to fight them? Are you trying to get me killed early? These are traitors of the underworld. As a disciple of the Southern Domain Academy, this is your duty. So you sent me to study in the underworld. Just for this. Your enrollment in the Southern Domain has nothing to do with me. The spot at the academy wasn't meant for you. It was for your grandfather. Then why did I get the spot? You'll have to ask your grandfather. Or you could track down that little brat. Your grandfather kicked out of the family. Which little brat? A real headache of a guy. Alright, I'm going back to my slumber. One last piece of advice before I go. The underworld is very complicated now. Don't trust any authority, including the Southern Domain underworld. Is there a problem with the Southern Domain underworld too? You're leaving just like that? At least tell me your name. In life, thanks to my parents' grace, I was given the sword named Xiaobia. At that moment, I suddenly woke up. Xiaolu was still beside me. Big bro, you went sleepwalking again? Sleepwalking my ass. I went to a chaotic space and experienced a ton of stuff. Let me sort this out. My guardian spirit is called Xiaobian. Xiaobian is white impermanence, right? White impermanence was Bai Shi's teacher, and I'm white impermanence's master. So what should Bai Shi call me? Heh, big bro. Ying. What's that? Time to hit the road. Why are you shouting so loud? You startled me. Don't let this guy's cute looks fool you. He's a vicious ghost from the underworld. A village appeared ahead of me in Xiaolu. I was about to enter, but Xiaolu said, we're ghosts. We can't enter the living's territory. Our yin energy could harm them. I said it's fine, as long as they post doge emojis in the comments for protection. After entering the village, Luke feels something's off. Why is there a ghostly aura in a village of living people? At that moment, a burly man appears behind us. With 2 quick blows, he knocks me and Luke out. A curious onlooker hears the noise and runs over to ask, who's there? The man who knocked us out steps out from the alley. Is there a problem with me walking here? The onlooker sees him and laughs. Oh, it's Nikoi too. No problem then. He starts to walk away. But the next second, he turns back and says, oh, by the way, I advise you not to go out at night. Word from above came down. Things aren't too peaceful these days. Nikoi too asks why it's not peaceful. The onlooker smirks and says, true. They wouldn't tell you about this. After all, you're one of the ones they're wary of. Who told your sister to marry into the fuck family? The scene shifts to Nikoi 2's house. Starving for days, I'm awakened by a delicious aroma. Opening my eyes, I see Nikoi 2 drinking and eating. Seeing the man who knocked me out right in front of me, I immediately draw my blade. Nikoi 2 says expressionlessly, ghostly aura, that's something I didn't expect. Who are you? Where's Luke? That little ghost is confined by me. Put away your ghostly aura. If I wanted to harm you, you wouldn't have woken up. I think about it and realize he's right. Cautiously, I sit down at the table. Whatever. I'll eat first and figure it out later. Suddenly, a cup of wine is pushed toward me. Nikoi 2 tells me to toast him. I say I'm not toasting someone who ambushed me. I saved both of you, and you call it an ambush? We weren't in any danger. How can you say you saved us? Nikoi 2 says this place isn't as simple as you think. Release Luke behind you. And leave quickly before it gets dark. At that moment, someone knocks on the door. Nikoi 2, are you home? There's urgent business from above. Come quickly. Nikoi 2 signals me to stay quiet. Then he leaves with the visitor. He just left like that. I prepare to release Luke and leave. Suddenly, I notice a photo on the table. I pick it up and look. What the? Isn't this a photo from my family? Why does he have my family's photo? And there's a cross drawn on my dad's face. Instantly, my mind is flooded with questions. Forget it. Let's get out of here first. Walking on the street, Luke suddenly realizes why this village feels wrong. He says what he sensed before wasn't a ghostly aura, but a damp aura. I say maybe an elder in the village passed away. Luke says it's not just one. There are probably many. I ask if his senses are reliable. He says, though he's blind, his soul perception is far stronger than most ghosts. What? You're blind? How did I not notice? I was indeed blind when I was alive. But after death, I could see with my soul's eyes. Thus, my soul's perception became very sharp. For example, right now, I can sense a sudden increase in oxygen around us, and it's very close. Your perception is indeed sharp. However, could we next time give a heads up earlier? At this moment, we were already surrounded by a group of people. The mustached old man among them said, we didn't catch air queasy, but we ran into 2 little rats instead. Just eliminate them. Wait, why just eliminate us? We just got lost and ended up here. Heh. The nearest town is over 20 kilometers away. Where were you going to get lost and end up here? I was trying to go to the neighboring village. The old man was stunned. The neighboring village? Is your surname Fu? Did I guess right? There really is a village nearby, and the people there are surnamed Fu. At this, the old man sneered. I didn't expect you to be from the Fu family. The Shiba village you're looking for no longer exists. Now it's just a ruined temple. Damn, I really walked right into a trap. Shiba village was the Fu family's village. The ruined temple he mentioned is probably the old Fu family mansion I destroyed. And the people in this village seem to have a big grudge against the Fu family. The old man said, since you're a Fu family brat, you'll be used to make my corpse puppet. Corpse puppet. That sounds terrifying. Run. Several burly men leaped into the air, one in front, one behind, surrounding me and Xiaolu. In a panic, I summoned the ghost thief and slashed wildly, knocking the men back. The mustached old man saw the ghost thief, his eyes gleaming. I didn't expect this kid to have such a treasure. With that, he charged at me recklessly. Twilight ghost thief. After a loud crash, the gravely injured old man slowly said, I didn't expect a kid so young to have cultivated to the final stage of mastery. This guy is the gatekeeper ghost of the ghost gate. Whether a living person enters or a soul leaves, they need his permission. So, his power isn't great, but his temper is, as the saying goes, easy to see the good, hard to deal with the little devil. That's him. The gatekeeper ghost says if viewers don't send dog emojis, next time they come here, he won't let them in. At this moment, an expressionless ghost was waiting for him to open the gate, truly expressionless. Completely pitch black from head to toe. His name is Gue Kue, a student of the rarely smiling ghost laugh. The gatekeeper ghost said, Kid, you know the rules, right? If something goes wrong, it's not my problem. Gue Kue told him to stop blabbering. Just take the money and do your job. Little punk, watch your tone. If it weren't for the money, I'd have scattered your soul already. Oh, really? Wanna try me? Though Gue Kue's expression couldn't be seen, the gatekeeper ghost was still intimidated by his aura. I'm not arguing with a student like you. Get through the gate and scram. The gatekeeper ghost floated to the ghost gate, pointed a finger, and the gate creaked and spun open. Done. The gate's open. Now scram. Gue Kue hesitated at the gate for a moment. In the end, he walked through. After Gue Kue completely disappeared into the gate, gatekeeper ghost Sang Braids let out a breath. I can't believe a student made me feel fear. Warden sang. At that moment, someone called out to the gatekeeper ghost from behind. It was Principal Huang, the rarely smiling ghost laugh. Sang Braids, warden of the second ghost gate, pays respects to Principal Huang. No need for formality. Has Gue Kue left? As per your instructions, Principal, I secretly let that kid go to the mortal world. Good. Don't mention this to anyone. Rest assured, Principal, my lips are sealed. But Sang Braids seemed to want to say something, then hesitated. Principal Huang told him to speak freely. It's just that I don't understand. Why let that kid sneak into the mortal world? Hearing this, Principal Huang looked up and said, Why? I'd love to know myself. Why indeed? Day Wandering Great Island. What exactly are you planning? At that moment, Principal Huang sensed movement in the bushes. Sang Braids asked him what was wrong. Principal Huang said it was nothing. Come with me to the academy. All right, Principal. Let me close the ghost gate first. Leave it open for now. Close it later. Not closing it. All right. I'll follow your orders, Principal. With that, the two left. The rustling in the distant bushes came from a young senior sister. Seeing Principal Huang and Sang Braids suddenly leave, she emerged and approached the ghost gate. She hesitated at the gate for a moment, then reached out and walked through. At this time, Principal Huang and Sang Braids hadn't actually left. They were watching everything from the air. Sang Braids had doubts but held his tongue. Principal Huang said calmly, All right, close the ghost gate. Wanna come to my place to hang out? Once they heard I'm from the Fu family, they wanted to turn me into a corpse puppet. The mustached old man didn't expect that at my young age, I'd reach the 7th stage of mastery. I asked him, utterly confused. We don't even know you. We're all practitioners of the path. Why do you want to wipe us out? Fine, I'll tell you, so you can die with clarity. Because my surname is Ju. Ju. So what? Is the Ju surname that impressive? Xiaolu. No idea. Never heard of it. That's interesting. You really don't know? About the matter between the Ju and Fu families. What's the deal with the Ju and Fu families? Because the Ju family and the Fu family are enemies. With that, the mustached old man drew his bone whip and lashed it toward us. Die. Fu family brat. It was so sudden. I wasn't prepared. In a panic, I tried to summon the ghost thief. Twilight, twilight, twilight. Wind and sand. Break. The old man shouted in alarm. Hastily retracting his attack, he switched to defense. Using the bone whip to shield himself, a surge of energy slammed into him, knocking him back over 10 meters. He crashed into a wall with a loud thud. A dignified inner disciple of the Ju family, 6th master, bullying a junior? Uncle 6, aren't you a bit shameless? The newcomer was air queasy. Ju Kue, you actually dare show your face? What a joke. This is my home. Why wouldn't I dare show up? Looking at the ghost energy in Ju Kue's hand, I was surprised. Uncle, how do you have a Mufeng? What? You're allowed to have one. But I'm not. That thing was made by Bai Wu Chang. But I can't just ask him directly. Forget it. I'll deal with it later. Ju Kue, as a member of the Ju family, having ghost energy, yet refusing to use it. Do you still consider yourself part of this clan? Part of the Ju family? When did the Ju family ever see me that way? Ju Kue, are you betraying the family? Heh. Then let me betray it today. Who knows? How many eyes are watching us right now? So what do we do? What do you think? We run. Xiaolu and I just started to follow, when an energy blast came flying, almost hitting Xiaolu. I lost my temper. Damn it all. Run now. Then, two figures appeared behind us. Why aren't we chasing? What's the fun in catching them too early? Let's play slowly. At that moment, all the Jew family members in the village came out to capture us. I said, Uncle, did you burn down someone's house? Why are they all after you? Aren't they after you too? Uncle, have some shame. They're clearly coming for you. I said, you too. Shouldn't we be discussing where to run next? Zhu Miao thought for a moment. There's actually one place we can go. Outside a creepy ancestral home. Jew family members stood guard. One of them told Zhu Miao. They've all hidden inside the ancestral hall. So annoying. Why would they hide in there? Turns out the Jew family has a rule. Aside from ancestor worship, no one is allowed inside the ancestral hall, except the clan elder. But this isn't serious enough to disturb the elder. The masked man said, that's not a problem. This hall only has one front door. Once they're inside, it's like they're in a cage, unless they want to starve to death in there. They'll have to come out eventually. Inside the hall, Xiaolu and I were trembling. Xiaolu said, how is the world of the living scarier than the underworld? How would I know? There be so many coffins in here? Seriously, what kind of family raises people like you? Afraid of corpses, really? Says who? I'm not afraid. Well, I am. Shut up. No one asked you. Right. Uncle, now you can tell me, where did that moofing come from? Then first tell me, why did you come here? I got lost and ended up here. How would I know this place was so creepy? Got lost. From where? To get all the way here. It was from a temple not far from here. Upon hearing this, Zhu Kuei revealed his true expression. So you're saying, you've inherited the Fu family's legacy, staying in a shrine full of coffins, in the dead of night, eh? What kind of experience is that? Lying in there is a giant corpse, and to make it worse, beside me is a grumpy old man with yin-yang eyes. He said if you watch the video, but don't comment with a dog emoji, he'll lock you in here. When he found out I was in the ruined temple, cultivating the Fu family's legacy, Zhu Kuei suddenly got emotional. Turns out Zhu Kuei and my third great uncle were close friends. It was my uncle who asked Zhu Kuei to teach me how to use the legacy. Once I received it, I asked, Uncle, when can we leave this place? I don't want to stay here forever. Xiaolu said, what's wrong? Isn't it nice here? It's the middle of the night with a bunch of corpses. What's so nice about that? You've even gone to school in the underworld. Are you still afraid of the dead? Zhu Kuei perked up. That impressive? You actually went to school in the underworld? Yeah. Look at him, eh? He's still wearing our school's uniform. No, don't listen to his nonsense. You little traitor. I'm never trusting you again. Suddenly, Zhu Kuei stepped forward, stuck out a finger, and touched my forehead. You're both yin and yang. A living person can't have both energies. Unless you're undead. Of course, the old man didn't know. My yin energy came from a yin-yang riot. But since I didn't know who he really was, I couldn't tell him too much. So I decided to play along and trick him. Actually, I've already died. What? You're already dead? Xiaolu commented slyly. I knew it. How could Fu Zhuan be studying in the underworld if he wasn't dead? The next moment, Xiaolu added, then how can you practice cultivation techniques for the living? Xiaolu, can't you just keep quiet for once? Soul-binding curse. Zhu Kuei suddenly flung out a sealing talisman and bound Xiaolu up. Uncle, what's the meaning of this? Enough. Now that it's just the two of us, we can talk, right? I don't know what you mean. Cut the crap. I know you're alive. Whether I'm alive or dead, what does that have to do with you? Don't you want to know how to cultivate properly in the world of the living? Cultivate in the living realm? I'm already mid-staging realm, okay? Of course I know how to cultivate. You call that cultivation? All you know is how to absorb yang energy, but you don't know how to merge yin and yang energies. You're lucky your mind isn't wrecked yet. That statement suddenly woke me up. No wonder I felt strange, cultivating in that temple. The speed of my improvement was definitely abnormal. But that legacy didn't teach me how to merge yin and yang. Uncle, could it be you know the proper way to cultivate? So what if I do? What's it got to do with you? Damn, this guy's been waiting here for me all along. But if you agree to one thing, maybe I can give you a few pointers. About what? Call me uncle. Might as well call you dad. At the time, I had no idea Zhu Kuei was my mom's younger brother, nor that the old man guiding my cultivation was my dad's older brother. Why do all you old bachelors love to take advantage like this? Last time some old guy insisted I call him Uncle Grandpa. Call me uncle? Did you call him Uncle Grandpa? You think I'm that dumb? He tells me to call him that. I'll say I'm his Uncle Grandpa. Zhu Kuei burst out laughing at that. The Zhu family outside heard the laughter and looked baffled. Why is Zhu Kuei trapped in the ancestral hall, yet laughing so hard? I'm not crazy, right? You're his uncle grandpa. Alright, fine. That old guy. Couldn't even get you to call him anything. So now I feel better. Let me tell you. That young energy in you. He forcefully shoved it into your body. But he didn't realize you don't know how to merge with it. It's like pulling seedlings to help them grow. It'll only harm you. Inside that building, a brutal massacre was underway. The killer wasn't human. It was the Hell Envoy, Hei Wuchang. Hei Wuchang said, "Don't be scared, my little viewers. Just obediently post doghead emojis in the comments, and I'll keep you safe." Turns out Hei Wuchang's bestie, Bai Wuchang, was captured by a young world walker, his fate still unknown. Furious and ashamed, he no longer cared about the harmony between realms. He swore he'd search 3 feet into the earth to find Bai Wuchang. Old Bai, if you've really gone out in style, I'll slaughter all of them. All the Inwalkers. Back at the old Ju residence, I was eagerly training a Ju Kuei said, although I had strong yang energy and had formed a Dao domain, my Dao gate hadn't opened, so I couldn't freely merge or use ghost energy. Ju Kuei explained to me the requirements for each cultivation tier. First tier, the Dao entry stage, which I had already achieved. Second tier, the ghost passage stage, mainly about becoming ghost attuned. Because I had the ghost energy moving, I could resist ghost mist, so that counted. Next was the third tier, the Earth Master stage. Fourth tier, the Celestial Master stage. These would all take slow cultivation. Reaching those stages was still far off for me. I asked Ju Kuei if reaching Celestial Master was the ultimate goal. Ju Kuei sneered. Celestial Master? That's just the peak of mortal cultivation. The peak of mortal cultivation? Are there higher levels of Dao above that? Cultivating the Dao isn't just to walk between yin and yang. It's to ultimately become an immortal. But that only exists in legends. Uncle, if you become an immortal, can you fly? Hearing this, Ju Kuei thought of his own master. One soul split in 2, forming the Danyang essence, and stepping into the immortal realm. Master, you weren't lying to me, right? When I was little, because my sister married into it. The Ju clan has a long-standing feud with the Buddhist clan. Ju Kuei was bullied since childhood, whenever he felt helpless. He could only cry his grievances before his parents' graves. That night, a voice came from behind him. Such a big lad. Crying like that. Aren't you ashamed? Who's there? Stop yelling at night. Aren't you afraid of drawing ghosts? Don't be fooled by how this old man looks like Bald Chong. He once managed to imprison the ghost warden Bai Wuchang. Bai Wuchang said, "Babies. Last time's dog heads weren't enough. Post more in the comments section." Just then, a subordinate reported, Ju Kuei has taken shelter in the ancestral hall, and he's holding yin energy. At the mention of yin energy, Ju Bian's eyes lit up. Are you sure? Yes, Ju Laolu said so. He wouldn't dare lie. At that moment, a terrifying scheme took shape in Ju Bian's mind. Looks like the elders above will have to step aside. He then turned to his men. Ju Xing, you've been my little cabinet runner for 4 or 5 years now. Handle this job well, and my position will be yours. Quickly gather the troops. Before the main cabinet, or second cabinet gets wind of this, we'll charge into the ancestral hall first. Capture Ju Kuei alive. What? Charge into the ancestral hall? That's breaking clan rules. Compared to yin energy, clan rules are nothing. Outside the Ju ancestral hall, Ju Taisho and Ju Wumei had been standing guard for hours. They were bored out of their minds. Just then, Ju Bian and Ju Xing appeared behind them. Lord Bian, what are you doing here? Didn't I hear that Ju Kuei snuck into the Ju clan ancestral hall? So I came to take a look, and maybe kill someone while I'm at it. Tie up loose ends. Everyone was stunned at those words. Then suddenly Ju Bian dashed forward and punched straight through Ju Wumei's body, then calmly turned to a stunned Ju Xing behind him. Ju Sheng killed Ju Taisho, though his mind hadn't caught up. He still obeyed orders and charged at Ju Taisho. Ju Xing, you're just being used as a pawn by that old bastard Ju Bian. Shut it. Take this. Ju Sheng threw a punch as he spoke. Ju Taisho quickly blocked it, but was knocked several meters back. His mask and hat flew off, revealing a Seeing Ju Wu lying on the ground, the 2 clansmen just snapped out of it. Run. Third cabinet chief is killing people. Ju Bian didn't even look back. He just made a slice through the air, and both men fell dead in hatred. It was only then that Ju Xing realized the truth. He thought Ju Bian only wanted to arrest Ju Kuei for credit, but now it's clear he's after the yin energy for himself. If he gets it, none of us here will be spared. Not even me. Now awakened, Ju Xing and Ju Taisho prepared to team up against Ju Bian, but one was early 4th realm, the other mid-4th realm, and neither was a match for Ju Bian. In just 2 rounds, both were knocked flying. Just as Ju Bian was about to finish them off, he suddenly sensed a surge of intense yang energy. Could it be the clan chief has returned? Judging by this old man's appearance, it's clear he's not a good person. Even Bai Wuchang, locked in his dungeon, begged for 2 episodes for comments with dog heads, but still couldn't escape. At this moment, Ju Bian sensed a powerful surge of yang energy in his knowledge. Only the Ju clan chief could possess such strength, but the next second, something felt wrong. The yang energy was clearly coming from within the ancestral hall. The yang energy grew stronger and stronger. Ju Bian shouted "Oh no!" and retreated immediately. With a loud boom, the ancestral hall's doors were blown open by the blast. I appeared at the entrance holding the wooden feng sword. It's so hot and stuffy. I'm so irritated. I'm burning up. Who is this kid? He's the one radiating all that yang energy? Ju Kuei, standing behind me, was inwardly shocked. How much yang energy does this guy have in his body? I only helped guide him to the Tao path, and he improved this much already? Just then, Ju Bian noticed the wooden feng sword in my hand. That kid has yin energy too. Humph. With this yin energy, becoming clan head of the Ju clan would be a piece of cake. Blinded by greed, Ju Bian leapt toward me. Yet my power had grown so quickly. My mind was still in a daze. All I felt was burning yang energy surging within me. I wanted to unleash it. By instinct, I raised the wooden feng sword and slashed with all my might. Ju Taisho broke into a cold sweat. Ju Bian, at peak realm, was just killed like that. I couldn't help but shudder. It felt so relieving. Coming back to my senses, I stared dumbfounded at everything in front of me. Huh? Where did the door go? Ju Kuei told me. You've opened your channels to yang energy. Your meridians now flow freely. You've truly entered the yin-yang passive stage. There's nothing more I can teach you. Take your little ghost buddy. It's time to go. Leave. But isn't the entrance still blocked by a bunch of people? How are we supposed to leave? No one can stop you now. You're not going anywhere. Ju Taisho blocked our path. Ju Kuei, you stole from the clan. You trespassed into the ancestral hall. That's a serious crime. I've already alerted the upper ranks. Second cabinet chief and others are on their way. Take a good look at this man. Dark as coal. And he's got a terrifying puppet on his head. That outfit isn't something ordinary. He's a student from the Underworld Academy. His name is Hun Kuei. What? You ask why he's studying in the underworld? He said it's because once he didn't comment with a dog head while watching a video, so he cultivated in the underworld for 100 years, just to come here today and avenge the annihilation of his clan. His enemy, Ju Shui, lives right here in Dongji village. Just as he was about to take action, he noticed a few figures flashing in the distance. One of them happened to be his classmate from the academy, me, Fujio. Just half an hour ago, I completed my training in the Ju clan's ancestral hall. As soon as I stepped out, I one-shot a 10th circle elder of the Ju clan. Just as we were about to leave, this guy Ju Taisho blocked the way. Ju Kuei, not only did you steal, you also hoarded yin energy. You even colluded with outsiders. Your crimes are grave. Ju Taisho, I've never met someone as shameless as you. What I took back belonged to my parents. The yin energy was passed down by my master. As for the so-called outsider, Ju Kuei looked at me and said, he's my nephew. And upon hearing that, not knowing the reason, I got annoyed. Uncle, you're the most shameless person I've ever seen. Seriously, a first for me. But Ju Taisho didn't care about any of that. Right now, his only goal was to stall for time, waiting for De Erguei and the others to arrive and fight me and Ju Kuei together. However, he didn't notice the disturbance behind him. Ju Xing suddenly flashed over, right in front of Ju Taisho. Seeing Ju Sheng, who had just been on his side, now attacking him, Ju Taisho was completely dumbfounded. After taking down Ju Taisho, Ju Xing told us to follow him, then disappeared into the night with a flash. Uncle, don't fall for that. It's obviously a trap. As soon as I said that, Ju Kuei flew up and followed him. Hey, wait for me. After everyone left, Ju Taisho struggled to lift his body. Ju Sheng, you just wait. Before he could finish, he suddenly felt a heavy pressure on his body. It was Jubi stepping on him. Turns out that strike hadn't killed him, just cost him an arm. Jubi grinned wickedly and said, rest in peace, I'll avenge you. Meanwhile, on Hun Kuei's side, he was still wondering why I was there, when he suddenly felt someone behind him. What are you doing here, classmate? The man whose hands were locked, and whose powers were sealed, was the famous underworld emissary, Bai Wu Chang. In this dungeon, he posted level 3 dog emojis in the comments, but still couldn't escape. But this time, there was hope, because his student, Fu Jiong, had been brought here. I said, hey man in black, why'd you bring us here? Ju Sheng said this was an old wartime air raid shelter, left behind from long ago. This area is under Desan Gui's control, so without Desan Gui's orders, no one would come here. But I still felt Ju Sheng couldn't be trusted. Ju Kuei, however, didn't mind. He seemed to trust Ju Sheng completely. Ju Sheng said something cryptic, and then left. I had a vague feeling there was some unspeakable secret between him and Ju Kuei. When I voiced my suspicion, Ju Kuei smacked me on the head. Kids shouldn't meddle in grown-up affairs. Xiaolu gloated and said, "Serves you right for being nosy." I smacked him twice in return. I've always been curious about this claim, that Zhu Kuei stole something from the clan, but Zhu Kuei said I should drop it. Knowing won't do me any good. He told me to focus on sensing the heavens and reach the earth realm as soon as possible. Xiaolu, confused, asked, "What do you mean sense the heavens? What cultivation? Are you hiding something from me?" I quickly replied, "Nothing, nothing." Though I get along well with Xiaolu, some things I still can't tell him yet. But Xiaolu wouldn't let it go. He said, "I really misjudged you." I said, "Quit acting all pitiful. You never told me either. How you got into South Domain Academy. Zhu Kuei told us to stop yelling, or we'd attract the villagers." I said, "In this deserted place, who would even come?" As soon as I finished speaking, a voice came from nearby. "Didn't you just call me here?" I'm a pervert, but this guy's even worse. He actually made clothes out of souls and wore them. He grimaced suddenly, then tore off a black shadow from his face. The shadow ferociously lunged at me. Everyone watching, go comment with a dog emoji, or I'll crawl under your bed tonight. Just moments ago, the three of us escaped to the back mountain. We were arguing about what to eat for dinner. Then a voice came. "So you've been hiding in the back mountain? We've been searching forever." Three figures flashed into view. Uncle gasped in surprise. "Wow, I must be important. They even sent the punishment squad." Then Uncle told me, "Pick one to handle. I'll take care of the other two." I wanted to pick the weakest one, but Uncle said all three were late-stage to Shijing. When I heard that, I completely lost hope. I'm just mid-staging realm. Our realms are too far apart. I turned to flee with Xiaolu. Braided hair man lunged at me. Uncle shouted, "What are you running for? Use your energy and fight him." With no way to escape, I drew my wooden bee, braced myself, and took the hit. Braided hair man noticed my energy and grew interested. "Looks like I'll have to take you a bit more seriously," he said, then ripped another black shadow from his face. The shadow trembled in his hand. Turns out it was a Zhu clan secret technique, refining human souls into killing puppets. At his command, the trembling shadow instantly attacked me. I summoned the wooden bee ghost cutter and slashed the shadow to pieces, but that turned out to be just a decoy machine. Braided hair man suddenly appeared behind me and yanked out my 3 souls. Just as he was about to succeed, he sensed an attack and let go, courting death. Who dares ruin my moment? Then came a voice. "Return." A smoking pipe returned to its master's hand. "Return." The smoking pipe flew. It was Senior Qinglian and classmate Guekue who had arrived. "Who gave you the nerve to attack a netherworld emissary like me?" The man tore off the skin on his face, which hit the ground and turned into an evil ghost. The ghost charged at me like a beast. As it charged, it shouted, "Watch the video. Go comment with a dog emoji, or I'll crawl into your bed tonight." I quickly summoned the wooden bee and slashed it apart. Unexpectedly, Braided Hair Man used the chance to sneak behind me. He grabbed my soul. Just as I was about to be torn apart, a smoking pipe flew over and knocked him away. Seeing my battered state, Qinglian's face turned cold. "How dare you harm a netherworld emissary? You've got guts." But Braided Hair Man scoffed. "No emissary's shown up in the mortal world for centuries. You think I'm some gullible child?" Qinglian didn't waste words. She raised her hand and sent a wave of mist at him. A celestial hand reached out, easily dispersing the mist. It was the Chi Pao young lord among the trio. Greed glinted in his eyes. "That energy in your hand is mine now," he said, then flashed forward and sent Qinglian flying into the trees, then used a move called Master's Cage. Black thorny roots shot up from the ground, forming a cage that trapped Qinglian. Seeing my dream girl imprisoned, I tried to rush to save her, but Braided Hair Man wouldn't let me. He struck me and knocked me out of the trees. Uncle got distracted by me and took a punch from the bandaged woman. With no room left to retreat, he had to use his trump card. He summoned the wooden windstorm and trapped the bandaged woman inside. Inside the storm, she lost all sensation. Unable to see or hear, she got pummeled by Uncle. Her 2 companions didn't even help. They mocked her as useless. "You can't even take care of an emissary," they said. The young lord said, "Let me get the energy first, then I'll come deal with you." He turned and pointed at the black cage. Qinglian suddenly felt a force trying to tear her apart. She let out a pained wail. Hearing her scream, I panicked. I launched a frantic, chaotic attack at the braid guy. To him, I was a mere ant, 1 realm below. He casually tapped me and sent me flying dozens of meters. I felt like my body had frozen, unable to use any of my true energy. He walked up slowly and said, "You destroyed my soul puppet, so now you'll take its place." He reached to pull my soul, but the moment he raised his hand, my blade pierced his stomach. Braid guy was utterly confused. "I clearly sealed your energy. How can you still use the wooden blade?" Of course I wouldn't tell him. I'm dual cultivated in yin and yang, with 2 streams of energy. I leapt up, ready to finish him off, but he just sneered calmly. You think I only brought one soul puppet? As he cast shadow arts, a ghost emerged from the shadow at his feet. It lunged at me like a demon. Elsewhere, a man was peeping on a bathing beauty when a mummy suddenly lunged at him. The mummy stomped toward the uncle mercilessly. Back then, the braid guy had summoned countless shadow puppets to possess me. My agony distracted the uncle, though the sandstorm masked the bandaged girl's senses. Her corpse puppet wasn't affected. The uncle didn't know how much longer I could hold out. The wind sealing the bandaged girl was about to dissipate. He had to destroy her puppet immediately. He steeled himself and unleashed the forbidden Ian Walker mirror mouse technique. Using his blood, he drew a talisman in the air. Then a crimson blade appeared in his hand. The corpse puppet flew toward him. He swung with all his might and split it in half. Meanwhile, Braid Guy smirked as I lost consciousness. Suddenly, something flew and crashed into a rock. It was the Chi Pao young envoy. You got beaten? Shut it. Gue Kue stepped forward. Braid Guy was stunned. This guy, he's also at the Inyang Passage realm? How can you lose to him at late 4th realm? Young envoy said. This kid's weird. He knows my techniques inside out. He counters every move perfectly. Gue Kue told them. You're both using techniques from the Yun clan. Turns out, the Ju clan stole Yun clan arts 100 years ago and slaughtered the entire Yun clan. Gue Kue cultivated in the netherworld. Just a one-day return and avenge his clan. The two Ju descendants didn't care about past grudges. Braid Guy said, let me absorb this brat soul first, then we'll talk. Gue Kue sneered. Is that so? We'll see who absorbs who. Hearing that, Braid Guy panicked. He turned. The soul puppet was being absorbed by me instead, not the other way around. Aside from the Ju clan elders, Ju Bian ranked 3rd in Ju clan combat strength. He was terrifying enough. Then imagine ranks 1 and 2. Now, 1st and 2nd cabinets came on orders to arrest Ju Bian because he failed to obtain my Yin energy and slaughtered his own clansmen. Ju Bian knew he wouldn't survive, so he turned and ran. 2nd cabinet chased after. I muttered, the Ju clan really isn't united. Gue Kue told me. They're not actually one clan. Centuries ago, they were. A bunch of thugs from different gangs. They got rich through the underworld. Then massacred the Yun clan and stole their arts. To cement their place in the martial world, they built their empire on blood and bones and on stolen techniques. All surnames were changed to Ju. When De Igue heard that kid had exposed the Ju clan's dark history, he immediately ordered the Chi Pao woman to deal with us. Although her power was a full realm above ours, she was using the Yun clan's techniques, Sol Kuei's family art. Sol Kuei knew every inch of that style and could easily counter it. With one move, Soul Scatter, he completely obliterated the Chi Pao woman's soul. She didn't even get the chance to reincarnate. De Igue stood firm, expressionless, and said, you dare kill Ju clan members on Ju clan territory? Your crime is unforgivable. He rushed at us, attacking from both sides, forcing Sol Kuei and me several meters back. I steadied myself, then dashed toward him with my sword. De Igue sneered, and then used a move called Burning Bright. It set my very soul on fire. Sol Kuei was smashed into a rock by De Igue. Just watching hurt, I slowly gathered my energy again. De Igue hadn't expected I could break free from his illusion so quickly. Not bad, kid. You resisted my illusion. That trick won't work on your daddy. You've got quite the mouth for your age. Let me discipline you on behalf of your parents. He slapped me and sent me flying. My ghost cutter flew from my hand and landed in his. With such fine energy, in your hands, what a waste. From now on, I'm his master, and you'll be the first royal soul. Under this weapon, watch this. With a shout, he summoned white ghost possession. Countless ghosts rose from the ground. The white-haired man was instantly devoured. Just then, De Igue stole my Yin energy and lunged at me. The blade flashed, but I was completely unharmed. Ju Kuei had blocked the fatal blow for me. Though we'd only been together a few days, I already felt deeply bonded with Ju Kuei. Besides, he was my uncle. Seeing him fall, gravely wounded, I couldn't hold back. I struck De Igue with a palm, blasting him dozens of meters away. Then I rushed to check Ju Kuei's injuries. He said he wouldn't make it this time. He passed me a Yin Windstorm, telling me to live on for him. In his final moments, I finally called him uncle. He passed peacefully, comforted. But just then, De Igue, knocked away earlier, returned. You little punk. So you got a lucky shot in, huh? This time, I'll tear you apart. Just as he was about to attack, two figures suddenly appeared. Senior Qinglian and classmate Sol Kuei. De Igue sneered arrogantly. Even if 10 of you come, you're no match. Sol Kuei replied. One is enough. Qinglian warned him. Don't be reckless. You're not his equal. Sol Kuei answered. This is a blood feud between the Yun and Ju clans. It has nothing to do with you. Then he shouted. White Ghost Ancestral Rite. Countless ghosts rose from the ground. They were all Yun clan members, who willingly became Ghost Kue after death, seeking vengeance for their clan. Daigue roared. You think you're the only one who can summon ghosts? Then he started his ghost summoning too. But when Soul Kue shouted, disperse, Daigue's summoning spell was instantly broken, because he was using Yun clan's secret technique, and Soul Kue knew exactly how to break it. Daigue was swallowed up by the ghosts. Qinglian was puzzled, though. Soul Kue, even if you know how to counter his magic, absolute strength still decides everything. So your cultivation level isn't what I thought it was. What realm are you really in? Soul Kue simply replied calmly. Does it really matter? Seeing he didn't want to answer, Qinglian didn't press. Just then, the ground began shaking violently again. I couldn't help but complain. What a lousy place. Then a voice came from afar. Lousy or not, this is Ju clan territory. You ghost brats dare stir trouble here? We were soon surrounded by a group of people. Soul Kue was shocked to see who led them. How are you still alive? Desolate Monk? This bald man had lived for 888 years. People called him the Desolate Monk. But Soul Kue knew another name for him. Ju Shudi. He had wiped out his own clan centuries ago. Soul Kue trained in the underworld for 100 years, just to avenge that blood feud. Now, seeing his enemy face to face, he could no longer restrain his rage. Seeing this arrogant little ghost from the underworld, Ju Shuyi sneered coldly. Wanna slay me? Come here and try. As soon as he finished, the man in the bamboo hat jumped forward, blocking Soul Kue's attack head-on. With a roar, he knocked Soul Kue flying. Soul Kue was shocked. This guy, he's a living Kue? Ju Shuyi then ordered his men to attack Qinglian and me. We each used our best techniques to fight our way through the mob. But they just kept coming, wave after wave. The more I fought, the more dizzy I became. In desperation, I fused my yin and yang energies together. The result was explosive. One strike sent a crowd flying. Dual cultivation of yin and yang? Ju Shuyi and Qinglian were both stunned. Qinglian yelled at me. Fujio, just how many secrets are you hiding? I was about to explain when a blast of energy came at her. I quickly dashed over. It was Daigue who had gone to arrest Jubi. Seeing that Daigue was finished, he was shocked. He then handed Jubi over to Ju Shuyi for punishment. Jubi knew Ju Shuyi was cruel and would never spare him. Instead of begging, he cursed him as a selfish bastard. Ju Shuyi said nothing. He simply reached out and erased his soul. Even Daigue frowned at such cruelty, thinking maybe loyalty wasn't worth it. Then he punched Qinglian, sending her flying. I rushed to help, but he knocked me down too. He was too fast and powerful. My whole body felt broken. I couldn't move. If Daigue is this strong, what must Ju Shuyi be capable of? Are we all going to die here? Then I suddenly remembered. All the techniques I've used in battle, they're either from Baishir's followers, or the dual cultivation my uncle taught me, but I've never once used my Fu family's inheritance. Meanwhile, a boy's girlfriend was being humiliated. Someone asked if he was a man. Why not avenge her? But the boy got beaten so badly even his father wouldn't recognize him. The thug said, don't want to get hit? Tap the little gorilla emoji and tag your friends to watch. Just as Daigue was about to finish me, I suddenly awakened my ancestral technique. I focused my mind and recited the chant. Clip the yin and yang. Ghost protect, peace restore, paper talisman, maiden and boy divine. Daigue's face changed in shock. Fu clan's secret art? Just then I shouted, unleash. There should have been a puppet appearing from my spell, but nothing showed up. Daigue burst into laughter. As far as I know, the paper diagram spell requires paper and scissors. You have neither. What are you summoning? A hammer. I suddenly realized. Right, the inheritance did mention you needed scissors and paper, but do I really need them? Just as I had that thought, Daigue felt a chill behind him. A pale-faced paper. At that moment, Ju Shuyi, who was battling Soul Kue, suddenly heard a crashing sound from behind. Turning around, he saw Daigue struggling to get up. Didn't think you brats had it in you. Looks like I have to get serious now. Just as Ju Shuyi was about to go on a rampage, the strange earthquake began again. Only this time, it was even stronger. A massive crack split the ground open. A second later, a beam of white light shot out. Everyone looked up. It was Baishir, breaking free and soaring into the sky. He held Xiaolu, who had helped him escape. I was thrilled and realized something. No wonder I'd felt like something was missing. Xiaolu was gone. Ju Shuyi said at that moment. So you're the nether emissary Jubi imprisoned? Just hearing Jubi's name made Baishir fume. Where is that bastard Jubi? Ju Shuyi clearly didn't know who he was dealing with. He arrogantly declared. Jubi was punished by clan law. I'm his patriarch, come at me if you've got a problem. Baishir was seething, itching for a fight. That statement was all the excuse he needed. He dove at Ju Shuyi. Using his secret technique, 13th soul suppression, Ju Shuyi coughed up blood from the impact, sliding back several meters before stopping. He didn't get angry, he laughed. Didn't think you'd still have this much power. Bai Shi sneered coldly. Plenty enough to kill you. He flew toward Zhu Shuyi again. That earlier hit had caught Zhu Shuyi off guard. This time, prepared, he used his secret art and countered. Their clash shook the earth. Both were high-level cultivators fighting at full power. Both were gravely injured. Zhu Shuyi said, "We may be equals, but I must admit, you're strong. Ready to beg for mercy? Keep dreaming. You may be strong, but killing me? Not even close." As he spoke, black mist rose around Zhu Shuyi. I gasped when I saw it. He has Yin energy too? Bai Shi was equally shocked. You're a Yang world cultivator. How do you have Yin energy? You plan to use Yin energy against another emissary like me? Zhu Shuyi chuckled. Of course not. I'm not that stupid. You emissaries have arts that counter Yin energy. My Yin energy isn't for battle. It's for summoning. He chanted an incantation. Then said, return. Dead villagers suddenly stood up again. Their faces were twisted, zombie-like. Sol Kuei cried out, "You're insane. You used your own clan members to practice the forbidden art of 100 teachers." Zhu Shuyi smirked wickedly. Even if it's insane, it's still a Yun clan technique. The undead villagers surrounded us. They felt no pain, only attacking relentlessly. We fought one wave after another. Zhu Shuyi laughed. If not beaten to death, you'll die of exhaustion. Bai Shi let out a cold laugh. Competing with me in numbers? Huh? I may not have many people, but I have plenty of ghosts. Then he shouted. Within a 100-mile radius, Nether Bureau squads. Hear my command. Assemble. As he spoke, countless ghost messengers appeared. Zhu Shuyi was stunned. What's your rank? To command ghost messengers over 100 miles? Everyone knows Bai Wu Chang is one of the 10 top Yin marshals of the underworld, a trusted arm of the King of Hell. He commands uncountable ghost troops. Yet now, a mere mortal dared to provoke him, just moments ago. Zhu Shuyi had used the forbidden art, 100 Masters Arise, reviving his dead clan members, to overwhelm us with a sea of corpses. Bai Shi sneered coldly. In a numbers game, I've never lost. I may not have them, but ghosts, I've got plenty. Then he yelled again. All ghosts, assemble. Countless underworld messengers appeared. A refined fierce ghost stepped up. Lord Bai, how may we serve? Escort the underworld students back, and wipe out this trash. Yes, sir. They roared in unison, and flew out in formation. Zhu Shuyi saw the battle was lost, and prepared a desperate last attack. He charged at Bai Shi. Bai Shi blocked him using the 13th upper art. Let's see how much Yin power you've got left. This much is enough to deal with you. Though he said that, Bai Shi had already lost half his power in the dungeon. Aren't you going to fight back? Why would I? I'm not the one who wants to kill you. What do you mean? Before the words landed, a killing intent surged behind Zhu Shuyi. A long-haired, dark-robed ghost appeared. Who else but He Shi? He Shi struck Zhu Shuyi with one palm, instantly incapacitating him. He crashed to the ground. Bai Shi had been protecting us students with all his strength. Now that the enemy was defeated, he collapsed from exhaustion. He Shi rushed over to catch him. After the battle, Bai Shi, Qing Lian, and Gue Kuei were sent back to the underworld to recover. But Xiao Lu mysteriously disappeared. He Shi was arrested for killing several living humans in the mortal realm, and I was put into confinement. Then a familiar voice entered. Wait, aren't you that money house elder named Tong? I'm your granny. Why does this feel so familiar? Shopkeeper Tong came with the principal's orders. As a living person studying in the Underworld Academy, I was to be punished by losing 50 years of lifespan. But since I entered the underworld accidentally, I was pardoned. However, my school registration was revoked, and I was to return to the mortal realm. 2 ghost messengers escorted me onto the road of the Yellow Springs. But they acted suspicious, and took the wrong path. Feeling something was off, I drew my fan and slashed. One of the ghost messengers pulled off their hat. It was Senior Qing Lian. Then the other must be Gue Kuei. But when the second one took off the hat, I was completely shocked. You, a crossdresser?